President Trump is likely to be defeated at the next election. He clearly does not want to leave office and will probably raise a fuss and grab as much attention as he can as the time to leave gets near. He has even talked about extending his term for life, just to see if he could generate any support for the idea. This sounds to me like a person who does not have a good retirement plan. Let us then propose a few innovative plans just to help him out the door. To do this, it is important to understand that President Trump lives in an imaginary land of his own making. Our retirement proposals do not have to make sense in the real world, they only have to make sense in Trump land. Many outstanding authors have built just such imaginary lands to great applause. The Lord of the Rings and Star Trek come to mind. This skill is a keystone for fiction writers, but it is very dangerous for political leaders. Still, 40% of the electorate love his imaginary world and wish they too lived in it. First, let us look at the basic retirement plan for American presidents. It is called Plan 1 here. The soon-to-be ex-President Trump will appear on the platform as the soon-to-be new president is sworn in amid pomp and circumstance, which does not belong to Trump. He will then be escorted by an armed honor guard to waiting transportation and whisked off to his retirement home. For President Trump, this home will probably be Mar-a-Lago in Florida, a region where he retains many followers. There he will be entitled to a small office staff, a security detail, and a library. Putting aside the idea that a Trump library is an oxymoron, there are several problems with this plan that are special to the then ex-President Trump. The plan is good for ex-President Trump in that he will be free to tweet to his heart's content and bask in the love of his remaining supporters. The plan is bad for ex-President Trump in that he will be subject to indictment, both federal and state. This will limit his ability to keep in a positive public limelight, and probably he will not be able to return to the state of New York. In fact, he will have a hard time keeping out of prison. This plan does not seem to suit the man at all. Plan 2, Retire to Russia, starts just like Plan 1. This time the Secret Service has made it very clear that the honor guard is locked and loaded. A dozen prosecutors, federal and state, are chomping at the bit to get the ex-president into court. There is a real chance that he will spend the rest of his life in jail. After the ceremony, he moves to transportation but then gets into the wrong limo. As he waves goodbye out the darkened window, it becomes clear that this limo has Russian diplomatic plates. His next public appearance is in Moscow, where he is introduced by Putin as the new Russian hotel development czar. The good part of this plan for Mr. Trump is that he finally gets to build his hotel in Moscow and to be best buddies with his dear friend Vladimir. He is also immensely confident that he will never see the inside of any American courtroom. He also gets to make outlandish claims about having been persecuted into making this difficult retirement choice. The bad part of this plan for Mr. Trump is that he will be forever under Putin's thumb. Daily, he will have to wonder how much call there is for new hotels in Siberia. Plan 3, the full Nixon, starts a few weeks before any of the others. The election is well and truly lost, the Secret Service has made clear that he is going, and the prosecutors are licking their lips. On Christmas Eve, President Trump resigns his office and heads secretly off the Mar-a-Lago. President Pence is quickly sworn in as the 46th President of the United States. President Pence's first act is to pardon ex-President Trump, citing the Nixon precedent. He will also do everything he can, in such a short time, to move forward his very reactionary personal agenda. President Pence then is the one who officiates at the next inauguration. This plan is good for ex-President Trump in that he is free from any possible federal charges. This plan is bad for ex-President Trump in that he is still subject to state charges and probably will have to stay out of New York State permanently. The basic presidential retirement plan, Plan 1, in no way suits this man. He needs something with both showmanship and protection from prosecution. We would like to recommend Plan 2, Retire to Russia, as the best all-around plan for both Mr. Trump and the American people. Mr. Trump is an anachronism. His Trumpland is a distorted present with a past that never existed. The worst thing he has ever done is set back work on addressing our climate crisis. The sooner he is gone the better. If Russia will have him, then they are welcome to him. Please feel free to put your best ideas for Mr. Trump's retirement in the comment space below. Our little group, the Big Moon Dig, is working on innovative ideas for a grassroots space program and to design ways to aid young people in finding their life's work that will help address our climate crisis. We have a new book out, see link below, which uses short stories as an educational aid, narrative thinking and storytelling for problem solving in science education. We have also written a TV or web production screenplay, Summer is Coming. It is about young people in a virtual family, who are faced with our climate crisis and unsure of themselves, get into action, and, with the help of an artificial intelligence, mold their life's work to be of real value in our challenging future. Please contact us, contact information below, if you are interested in any of these projects. Enjoy, JanetA and Tom Riley, The Big Moon Dig.